In today's video, I'm giving you tips on how to get 100 subscribers. I'm nearing the 2000 mark, so I thought I'd share some of my processes and also some information that I've been giving other content creators to help grow their channels. So if this is something that you're interested in, then keep on watching. If you're interested in growing your channel with tips and tricks, then please make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and then that way you'll be able to get any future videos on maximizing your channel. To begin with, we're going to go with tip number one, and that is your channel appearance. So many channels I see that have horrible banners, horrible profile pictures that you can't see, don't understand, and it tells you nothing about the channel itself. So if you're a gamer, you want to have gaming related banners, and if you are a fashion blogger, then you maybe want to have fashion related items in your banner and in your profile picture. Now, your profile picture should be clear and bright and vibrant, and then people be able to see it. Obviously, it's relevant to the topic of your channel. For the banner, if possible, it would be great if you could put in information on when you upload, what time, what your channel's about, and that kind of gives people an idea of what it is. Think of it like a storefront. You walk to the front of the store and you see it, and that's your display window. That's what people are going to get from your channel when they first see it. So make sure it's kind of relevant. Okay, tip number two, and that is your thumbnails. This is the single most important thing for your channel because your thumbnail is the headline grabber. It is the one thing that someone turns around and goes, whoa, you know, that when you're talking about thumbnails, it needs to impress and it needs to get people's attention. Make sure that your thumbnails are well edited. There's so many apps out there, tutorials online about how to make your thumbnails stand out. You really need to be maximizing it. I've seen so many channels where they don't properly take care of their thumbnails, and I've been guilty of that in the past where I've taken a screenshot from a video and put it in. Sometimes I've gotten lucky, sometimes I haven't. But really, when you take a thumbnail, it needs to be with purpose because the thumbnail is what drives new audiences to your video. And when you get an increase in click-through rate, that then falls into combination and hitting the algorithm with YouTube. So we really want to target that, and more people is more chances of having more subscribers to your channel. And for me, that's the key thing. You know, what do we want? We want new audiences. We love the ones that we've got already, but we really want to kind of keep growing and really get past, especially for that first 100. And that's the toughest part there is showing people your intent from the get-go. So if you've been struggling for a while and you've been thinking, well, what is it that I'm doing wrong? My videos might be good and good information, but it's that thumbnail. The thumbnail is completely separate and should be part of your thought process when you're making videos. So make sure that they're well presented, they're well lit, they're not grainy and dark and dingy and they've got horrible blotches all over. You really want a nice, crisp photo. You know, mobile phones can take very good pictures, you know, especially in the portrait mode. You're able to get really, really nice pictures out of that, and that will blur out your background as well. So really, I don't think there's many excuses, but just make sure that you're well lit, because I've seen so many where people go into a dark corner, take the picture, and they think that that's their thumbnail for the day, and they're surprised when they only get 2 or 3 views. It's like, you know, really pay attention to the thumbnails. I can't stress this enough. If you do not pay attention to thumbnails, you're riding on like a 1% luck that your video will get any attention at all. The thumbnail should be clear of any clutter. Don't have loads of images spread all over it and loads of graphics so that people can't see what's going on. It should be clear, concise, and it should also explain what's going on in the situation. So when you look at the thumbnail, you think, okay, I know what's going on here. So that's instantly attracted me to the video. So whereas if you've got like a thumbnail of something that doesn't really relate to the topic or it's too hard to see, people are not going to be likely to click on it. So you really need to think about your thumbnails the most. Tip number 3, titles. Titles are very, very important. They tie in with your video thumbnail. So if your video thumbnail is really nice and someone's attracted to it, they're then going to see what is that video about. And not only that, the title not only helps tell them what the thumbnail is about, but also helps them in terms of search terms. Now, your title needs to have keyword searchable phrases. Now you need to think about that very, very carefully. Titles are very hard to get right. And more often than not, people tend to put in, you know, really rubbish titles like I went for a coffee or I swam in the pool. Now you might be seeing some bigger YouTubers who get like millions of views and they use the same titles and they get the same views, and you're like, well, if they can do it, I can't. Well, just remember, they've got a massive audience. So really, whatever they put in there, they might not really care as much. And to them, that they know much about that YouTuber already. You're a new person. You're trying to attract new audiences. So you really need to hit them with what I like to call the clickbait titles. And when I don't mean clickbait as in putting a title there that's so attractive but has nothing to do with the video. You want titles that are like newspaper headlines. When you get a newspaper next, I want you to look at it and look at all the headlines. They grab your attention. It's very, very bold phrases. So think about that when you're doing it. You can use other applications like TubeBuddy. That's been really helpful for me because it tells you where your search terms might rank in YouTube's algorithm. So if you're able to get a lot of ranked tags, then you should go for the one that ranks the highest and try to use that for your title. But always make sure that it's relevant to the content that you're making. I see a lot of people put in like, naked women and then their topics about cars. What are you doing? You're just ruining yourself. Not only that, it's a violation of YouTube's terms of service. So really think about your title. Spend quite a bit of time going through it and trying to use the tools around available to you. TubeBuddy is an investment into your channel and it really will help you think about your titles. And for me, it's definitely changed my way of thinking about how I title videos and trying that a little bit harder with extra phrases, different types of words, playing around with the sentences just to maximize that growth for my channel. Okay, tip number 4, and that is personality. Now, if I start to speak like this and no one really cares about me, and if I look away this way, it's not a very exciting video. But if I keep my energy up and my level like this, then people are going to be more engaged with the video. Now, that might be hard for a lot of people because some people will say, well, I'm not naturally like that. You don't have to force it. Like, this is me naturally. I'm usually like this in person, but it can be very daunting when you have a camera in front of you and you're like, well, I'm looking into the lens. I'm going to stutter. I don't know. Personality is what sells you the most to subscribers. More often than not, even if the video is terrible, if they like your personality and they see that you upload consistently, they're going to be like, okay, you know what? I like this person. I want to stick around, and they become your new friend. Your subscribers aren't just like a cattle. They're part of your community. You need to make friends with them. You meet some new and interesting people. I've met so many new people based on YouTube, and without them, I think my life would be very dull right now. So I'm really grateful for that. And really, you need to treat your subscribers like your best friends. Give them love and encouragement and smile and be happy. You will get some haters out there, but you know what? Who cares what they think, because they're just sad low lives, and maybe they need some friends as well, and that's why they're picking on you or picking on someone else. And just try to cut out all that negativity. Think about yourself and think about where you want to be in the future. If you want to be in front of the camera, you want to show your personality and the wonderful person that you are, then just keep practicing. And even if you make 100 videos, you might crack it. You might, just on that 100th video, you might be like, you know what? Actually, I think I got this. I know what I need to do. And that's when you come out of your shell, and that's when your personality starts to shine through the camera lens, and that's when the audience want to see the real you, and you get great examples. For example, Casey Neistat, he's just a natural. He's been doing it for a long time, way before YouTube was even out, and he's just a natural at it. He can naturally speak to the camera like he's his friend. I'm an introvert, so I find it hard sometimes, and I will sometimes sit here for like 20 minutes saying nothing and get angry with myself. It's natural, you got extroverts and introverts, and that's the reason why people are the way they are, and we're all different, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can allow yourself to learn to be comfortable in front of the camera. And like I said, it's a different time scale for everyone. There's no, I have to get it right today, or I have to get it right tomorrow. Talk in front of the mirror, there's so many different things that you can do. But like I said, personality sells. Tip number 5. Engagement. Now, this is a big one. Engagement and audience retention are the biggest things that will help drive your videos out to new audiences in combination with your new thumbnail designs. So engagement is when an audience member looks at your video and then they stay for a long time. Now, you want them to stay at least around 40 to 50% of your video, because not everyone will watch it, and that's a fact. But if they are able to stay that long, you'll then allow YouTube's algorithm to boost your video up, driving you new views, new audiences, new subscribers, and new people for your channel. So how do you do that? Make sure your videos do not take 5 minutes to get to the point. If your video is about making a cake, please don't take 5 minutes to get to the cake. Oh, I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna go show you what ingredients. Oh, here's what I had yesterday for coffee. Here's what I dressed this morning. That might work for some bigger YouTubers, but when you're smaller, you really need to get to the point. Just like this video, straight away, when I started it, I told you what the video is going to be about and how you're going to get your first 100 subscribers. And hopefully you've listened if you've come this far. And if you take in all those tips, I promise you will gain new subscribers. I hope these tips have helped you gain a focus on your channel take a step back, look at your channel, think, what can I improve? Is my banner too bad? Is my profile not looking good enough? Are my video thumbnails not that great? Is this all clicking into your mind and you're thinking to yourself, right, I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna make my videos more engaging, more vibrant, much more appealing to new audience members, and I want people to stay to my channel. If your channel's not doing well and you don't make these changes and you think, well, a change will come, it's not gonna happen. You're praying for a miracle, a lottery, a 1 in a million chance that it will happen. And I promise you, not everyone's going to win the lottery. It's a very few select people. There are YouTubers out there who put in a little effort and manage to get those big amount of views and big amounts of subscribers that we all hope and wish for. But to be honest with you, that's something that you're just going to have to hope comes in your stride. You need to put in the work. If you don't put in the graft, you are not going to see results for your channel. And I promise you that. So if you have any questions about today's video, hit me up over at Alps Lifey on Instagram, or you can leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, then please hit the subscribe button, put on your notification bell so that you get updated with new videos. And this is the new series, the Growth series. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Now, if that's something that you're interested in, leveling up your... Now, if you've been struggling to... If you are interested in tips and growing your channels,